Alright guys, Bitcoin is surging like crazy, and we all know what that means for our favorite cryptos like XRP, XLM, ADA, etc. So right now I want to talk about what is making Bitcoin surge this much, but if you watch the channel, you most likely already know most of it. But before we get into that, make sure you press the like button, subscribe, and comment something down below, because that is all you have to do to enter the 100 XRP giveaway that we give away at 1,000 likes. And also guys, check out the 5-minute crypto channel where there are no ads. So yeah, if you didn't know, Guggenheim Investment Fund to invest $497 million in Grayscale GBTC seeking Bitcoin exposure, which again, I also tried to refer to in this video here, but a lot of people most likely did not watch that, so it's very important to cover it for a little bit once more. This is the biggest company to ever enter crypto thus far. I don't know exactly how much, but it's like maybe like $300 billion worth of assets, what they're worth, which is a huge company, especially to enter crypto. Now, this is very amazing. Why? Because they're investing through Grayscale, and we already knew before that the three main companies that are buying Bitcoin in bulk, leaving us in sort of a demand overflow, where there's too much demand for the supply of Bitcoin. Literally, it's not a joke, not speculation, it is so. Those three are PayPal, Square, I almost wanted to say Stripe, but no, it's Square, and PayPal, Grayscale, and Square. Yeah, those three is what they are. And they're buying more Bitcoins right now every single day than the miners are putting out. And what that shows is every time Monday hits, there theoretically should be another little bit of a surge if we're already with bullish momentum, right? So we started this bullish momentum about the 26th here, after of course we fell back down. But right now, yesterday we said if Monday hits, we're going to be seeing a huge bullish spike. Why? Because this was just announced. A lot of people are really positive that the biggest company to enter crypto has entered now. Very close to all-time high. That's a very bullish thing for all of us. But the more bigger part, or the better part with this, is what this means for altcoins. Well, we all kind of know that the altcoins fundamentally are amazing in the sense of they're a lot better than Bitcoin is because they have more longevity. And I mean, with Bitcoin, it really won't last maybe 20 years. It can last for a long time, but maybe not 20, because the proof of work is eventually going to really tire out. However, if we're talking about where Bitcoin can go right now, I've told you guys before, I have some very, very nice predictions for that, and I put it up everywhere, like different places I keep showing you guys, because, I mean, they're all high and amazing predictions, but here's one of the scenarios that we predicted for Bitcoin a little bit ago, where it can reach about 38,000 or so in the next couple of weeks, as it would just keep following the surge like it saw in 2017. So, literally, all I did is just take Bar's pattern over this period of time, and then reflect that on our period right now. Kind of stretching it just a little bit here and cutting this last part off, otherwise it does not work. But yeah, that's almost all what I did. Here you can just see that it follows it perfectly, because that's what I put in. And it really matches it quite heavily, which is kind of strange if you're asking me, honestly. It's kind of weird. But yeah, also if you took the tip from the previous move here, the 1.618 fib is right here at about 29,000 or so, which is kind of a minimum bet for where Bitcoin is going to be going, because maybe we'll see some heavy resistance over at that area as to where this tip cannot happen, or maybe this is just going to be one surge but not really confirmed candles. That could also be the case, but this is really my minimum for Bitcoin, which I still think is going to be coming up, as we also saw with Google Trends and whatnot, that retail interest has only started, and it is mostly institutions, guys. And think about this. I made a video yesterday explaining why I've been buying. The main reason why I'm buying is because at this point, so many huge institutions, even a multi-hundred billion dollar company is now trying to invest millions and millions of dollars into it. Why? Well, they want that exposure to crypto, and those companies have way better advisors than we do. Well, yeah, they might be able to take the risk better than we do as well, but I don't care about that part. I care about the fact that these guys are investing and we're not. I'm not going to leave this all to chance. Another thing you might say is, well, they're doing this to hedge against inflation. They have hundreds of billions of dollars, so they must put money into some things which protect them from the US dollar falling. And I don't agree. I don't agree that that's the main reason why we shouldn't like this or something like that. I mean, we should all protect ourselves from from heavy inflation or heavy deflation, actually both of them. But, you know, it's not like only institutions should be doing this, and we should not be happy that they're doing that. And another thing is, you can actually see this as a very bad thing that they're investing, because they're taking up all our precious crypto. It's really true though, guys. They're buying more than is being demanded. They are buying these order books to the freaking fullest. All right, now maybe not the public order books like we know them, but they're buying like freaking maniacs. And the problem with that is, once it's on a platform like PayPal or in Grayscale's control or on Square, it's never going to be getting out of there. So this circulating supply of Bitcoin is only going to be getting less and less and less, creating a heavy scarcity effect, making us even richer along the process. And as I said before, guys, Grayscale also supports a ton of other crypto, but right now, a lot of them are going to be entering into Bitcoin, as that very popular saying is, again, that Bitcoin is the new gold. That's a certain part of it, surely. But another idea, another part of that is, it's the biggest one right now. All right, if you want to be as secure as you can with your huge sums of money, you're going to go for something that has almost 350 billion instead of something that has 30 billion, right? If this asset is 10 times as big, there's a higher chance of you not just flash crashing and losing your money. And also, we know from before that institutional investors always go for that Bitcoin thing. When they've already bought their fair share, it goes over into retail hype and retailers buy it, which is going to ultimately, for example, this could be the move up to institutional investment. And then once we hit here, retails pop in and buy this whole tip, where the institutions are going to slowly be selling it off again on your ass to again dip down somewhere right around here. That is this dip right there. And by the way, that's also kind of cool to think about, that we may never get back to these prices that we've seen before, 3,000 or so with BTC. It could be that right now we're setting a new base at about 9,500 or so, if we were going to follow a move that occurred like right here, which is again where institutions might be buying in heavy and then selling on your ass whilst we're at the top to all the retail FOMO buyers. And that's the thing I'm most afraid of, that right now even people are saying, nah, it's too high to buy Bitcoin, let me just wait for it to fall back down. Then eventually we hit 25,000, 30,000, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to buy some Bitcoins. They look good, they look juicy, they went up so much, let me buy that. And that's also the thing. If you guys have ever advised somebody to buy crypto, you know as well as I do that if you're telling them to buy at about 3,000 or something like that, they're all going to say, man, your investment must suck. And the same thing goes on for XRP. They're saying, man, you're at a loss, right? Aren't you? You're not liking your life right now, are you? I've had that so many times, guys. It's not, you can't even fathom how often I have had that, where people are saying, yeah, your ideas, it sounds kind of cool, but it doesn't work out, did it? Well, yeah, you can prove them wrong easily. And again, these videos are not financial advice. I'm not doing it to make you buy or sell these coins. I'm just trying to show you guys my opinion on the situation and showing you guys that I'm really happy with the course of how things are going. I'm very, very excited. And I still think that altcoins are going to be taken over, but it takes a little bit of time for BTC to first make its move. Another thing you should know is that this happens all the time. You can kind of check the pairs for example, BTC to XRP or BTC to Ethereum or some pairs like that, and you'll see the exact same patterns where every time that Bitcoin hits a top or a high point, altcoins start to flourish a little bit, but most specifically in the run right here and the run prior to this one, because at that point, a lot of maximalists have taken their profits, they're out of crypto, and they want to go for something else. They're Bitcoin maxis though, so what can they go for? They can either hold Bitcoin, or when they've already made such a huge amount with Bitcoin, they could go for something else. And of course, also altcoin maxis, they sometimes, like I do, switch their altcoins into Bitcoin to gain first, and then switch it back over to an altcoin to get the gain double. I still recommend people to do that. But here you can also see that XRP price surge after Ripple executive denounces Bitcoin maximalism. And I don't really think that this is something we should heavily be looking into, but it was Ashish Birla, stands as the general manager of Ripple. He's actually the SVP of product over at Ripple, RippleNet, in this case, he says, and gave an interesting comment on a Lend Academy podcast. This podcast, recorded on the 5th of November 2020, saw Birla state that Bitcoin stood as an innovative alternative to hedging with gold, but added that the crypto space has a lot of room for a lot of tokens, which is true, right? It is definitely true. Bitcoin has a certain purpose. It's most likely just store of value, which of course attracts a lot of institutional capital, but it is not the best thing for transacting. It is not the best thing for a lot of things in that sense. And again, that's why I think XRP and XLM are going to be huge. But again, I can kind of say the same thing about all these crypto right now. Every one of them is looking juicy. XLM is actually down a little bit in comparison to the rest. Some of you guys said, man, don't look at the 1 hour chart. I do what I want. I think the 1 hour chart can give some crazy indications of where things are going on the shorter term. Since we're making a video about these prices about twice a day, I think it's a lot better to just look at the hourly to see exactly what prices we are hitting, exactly how high we are going, so we can determine the trend on a micro level. Some might say, well, the trend on a micro level does not matter. I don't think so. All right, I think those are the best opportunities to trade if you're sitting behind your computer and trying to trade, every single second or something like that. T-Rex still following the pattern quite nicely. Let's check out Ethereum here, which is also doing amazing, getting very, very close to its tip, like we already discussed yesterday. ADA doing the same thing, but actually flattening here because it already made a bigger move yesterday than it did today. And I think that was it for our little quick altcoin rundown here. Things are looking pretty damn juicy, guys, and you bet your ass I'm very, very excited for what the future is going to be bringing. But make sure you press the like button, make sure you check out 5 Minute Crypto, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.